What's up, guys? So 2 days ago, 3 days ago, maybe even 4, I got my Oculus Rift in the mail. I bought this. I was there refreshing, hitting F5 with Matt on the day that pre-orders first became available. Matt and I both picked one up for ourselves. I think I was a little bit quicker on the mark than he was, though, so mine's actually already arrived. We're both very excited about trying the headset out, and since it arrived, the day that I first started messing about with it and trying it out, I actually got on a call with Matt, and we just chatted about things as we messed about. So my very first few games, my very first few experiences, and the talk I had with Matt around then, we kind of wanted to share with you guys. So while we were in Skype, we just threw on the recording. This should be pretty interesting for those of you interested in VR. This first episode, it's just kind of the setup and us getting to grips with things. Essentially, my experience was this. I opened it up. You guys are going to see some pictures that I've taken and some screenshots and things of what was going on. I set it up, and as you set the thing up, and, you know, you plug in the camera and you plug in all these different things, it actually throws a couple of demos at you. And as soon as I'd played those couple of tiny little demos where you stand there and experience some very basic things, I decided to get Matt on the phone, and we started talking about it. He wanted to be there for the very first few experiences, and this was kind of what resulted from that. So the conversation's a little bit fragmented, but bear with it, and especially as we go through and we start doing kind of some play-by-play impressions of some of the games as I share them with him and you guys. Hopefully you'll get a real appreciation of how this thing feels and get to share in some of that early experience. Now, one thing I should say is Matt has used these headsets before at like conventions. I've been a long-time owner of the Dev Kit 1. If you ever hear me say DK1, I draw a lot of my comparisons on the consumer version of the Rift back to my initial experiences back when I got the Dev Kit 1. I haven't used any of the headsets in between. We'll talk about a few technologies and things that hopefully you guys understand. If not, maybe it'll become clearer as things go forward. But yeah, lend an ear, have a bit of a listen in on our Skype call as I download my first real experiences. The only thing I can do when this recording starts is if I put the headset on, I can't actually play any games, but I will get to see myself in kind of a cool little Oculus apartment place that's very hard to get footage of, by the way, and I'm going to try my best to find some. So I kind of get to hang out in this little apartment and choose different games to play and have a look at the store and stuff, and that's what we're talking about. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Just about 15 minutes or so of talk. Let us know what you think. So basically, straight up, you need 3 USB slots. You need one for the headset, one for the wireless Xbox One controller adapter, and one for the camera. And it's USB 3 slots. It's asking for everything except the Xbox controller. It definitely has that same thing that the Dev Kit 1 had, which was like the sweet spot thing, where it's blurry as all ass unless you get it to the perfect little place and you adjust it just right. The thing is, though, this holds that place quite well. Like, the ergonomics of how it clings to your head now, it's much better. It just doesn't shake around, doesn't move. It doesn't feel bad at all.
And it's, like what I was telling you, like, it's actually popping out really nicely. Like,
oh, yeah, the 3D. I loved the 3D effect on the Dev Kit 1 as well, though. One thing I'm surprised about is it's asking me to... There you go. I just got rid of my chair. It's asking me to stand in the setup. I thought, you know, they were really pushing up Rift as more of a seated experience until touch comes out, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's really asking... So it says here Lucky's Tale is available. Should I go into that?
Lucky's Tale seems like just like a little platform. I'll be interested in Farlands and Lucky's Tale and Valkyrie, but pick which one speaks to you more.
I want Farlands first. Farlands way cooler.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
No, Lucky's Tale seems cool, but it's not the spirit of VR.
It's not. Like, I watched reviews on all of them, and I kind of get the sense of what it is, you know? Like, I know Valkyrie's gonna be good, but it's not gonna, for me, I would rather play Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is actually a game, not like these little small tech demos that they have here.
All right.
You know?
Using a VR headset, Steam says. Install Steam VR to make use of your headset with Steam, then using the same button each time you'd like to launch or exit VR using Steam. Also, it's unlocked a new button on my thing for Steam VR. If you want to use an Oculus Rift with Steam VR, follow these instructions. Actually, it has a typo on there. That's hilarious. Here, look, I'll show you. Clearly, they put a lot of QA and care into the Rift users who are on Steam. If you want to use an Oculus Rift with Steam VR, following these instructions. Elite Dangerous is what I wanted to play this with, so... I thought, and not just because I was getting it for free, because it's one of the games with the most depth. 20 quid.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that. Dude, it's so cool in there. It feels a lot like the Dev Kit 1. It's just, as far as I can tell so far, there's more clarity on what's going on. I had a lot of struggles on DevKit 1 because of the low resolution, being able to discern small text and things.
Yeah, man, dude.
And from what I've seen already, it looks way, 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 way better. All right, hold on. All right, I got me some ice cream. This is the worst thing. If I ever do end up doing YouTube stuff of VR, it cannot be translated onto YouTube. It just can't, and it depresses me.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot, and I see it, and it looks a little jaggy and stuff because it's being stretched out on my screen and everything. And I'm like, there's like no way he can explain. Like what like is like Lucky's Tale. I watched someone give this game a 9 out of 10, and I'm like, and he told like there's problems with it, but it looks so basic on my thing, and I'm just like, it just looks like a collectathon, you know. And is it like he probably gave it a 9 just because it's VR and it's fresh and it's new, whatever, not necessarily because of the gameplay. But it is, I was like, man, I really hope it doesn't look like that in the VR thing, like that, like all those, not jaggies, but it looks so basic. Maybe the 3D just, it pops out so lifelike that it's actually pretty good. I don't know. I'm really interested in trying the thing out so badly to actually understand and maybe try to convey it to people of why people would like something like so basic as Lucky's Tale.
I think going for the more basic cutesy aesthetic is what you're going to see a lot of people doing with that kind of stuff, because they're scared of people's rigs, and the more hyper detailed or realistic they try and make their game, the easier it is to drop below the 90 FPS. And I think that for that reason alone, you're going to see a bit less of it. But also, even though this is a 1440p screen strapped to my face, per eye, the resolution is obviously lower than the full 2560. And like, I can tell, like in front of me right now, there's some books. And you lose detail on the edges of them. You really do. If you were playing a hyper-real, like take like Far Cry 4 or whatever, right? You know, like you get like this insane amount of detail. I think you lose it just because of the resolution limitations of this headset. If you push for the hyper-realistic, at least for Gen 1 of the hardware.
Right. Okay, I see.
You can have the details that you're throwing to people, but they won't discern that detail. I think as the hardware goes forward, as we get eye tracking, as we get foveated rendering, as people start doing a little bit more of these like tricks to present really detailed things, then we'll see more of it. But I think for now, like even if I was playing, you know, a perfectly adapted Far Cry 4 on this, I don't know how much more it would add to my experience, because it's only a little bit away from me that suddenly, you know... I wish I could show you. Okay, so there's a stack of books in front of me, and one of the books in the middle is a yellow book. And I'm looking at like the, you know, like the spine of the book, because they're all stacked up together. So I'm like looking at them in a pile together, yeah? And you know, you can see the spine. You know how in the real world, on the spine, you would see that it's got like the name of the book on it or something, so you can pick it off the shelf, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, looking at the spine of that yellow book, it's not even that far away from me. It's still pretty big on my screen. I can see that there's some text on it, but I, for the life of me, will not be able to pull that. I can't read that. I don't know what that is. In fact, if I try and get close... See, I can't get close enough either, because this doesn't even have, like, movement controls or whatever. This is just, positional tracking, which, by the way, is very cool. The DK1 never had this, so this is new to me.
How is it? Does it feel natural? Walking around, like, moving around with the Rift and up, down, around corners, 360 view, like, it's good? It's as precise
the thing
as
I'm in right now, this like store thing isn't doing it very well, I've got to say. Because when you said that, I'm trying to test it out now. I'm trying to move, and the screen like isn't updating it. So like I'm gonna get on my knees in real life. It is cool. Oh my god, there's like a pillow here. Oh, I want to play something. Damn it! Friggin' Farlands is coming in so slow. Farlands is a research mission to a little alien planet you can visit every day. Oh, so what? I load into it each day and it takes the story a bit further forward? Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, it's more of an experience, like an experience tech demo, like a walking simulator.
Yeah.
From when I was looking at it, and I was watching some background on it, and there's like lots of little aliens that you can just walk by and see what they're doing. All
right, I'm out of it again. I'm eating ice cream. Yeah, when I called you, I just saw him and it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, oh, he's so close. That's the thing. I cannot... I cannot get over NPCs that are so freaky looking at you, and it feels like there's an actual creature or whatever right there next to you. They are the scariest things in the world. Or it's just weird. You feel like someone's in your personal space, like you're stood too close to them. Like I'm used to sitting about alone, jerking off in privacy in my bedroom, and then all of a sudden you're in a different world and there's like some woman looking at you or something. It's like, or an alien or a T-Rex or something. It's like,
oh man.
There's just something primal in you that your entire, I don't know, your outlook just changes. You just change face. And I guess you'll get used to that eventually. The more VR you play, the more you'll, you know, see through the cracks, and it won't feel like they're real anymore. But definitely that first experience, I reckon if you want to blow anyone away in VR, you show them some kind of NPC or something like that. That's why I think that demo of the Fat Man is so good. It has to be so good because people will get so uncomfortable. In fact, what's that called? Let's download that. What is that? VR stripper turns into Fat Man demo. Prank your friends when they ask about VR porn.
Man, I want to see someone really use the first consumer versions like to the point, like you know how the 360 when it first started, you had like Perfect Dark and it looked kind of like garbage, and then later on you had like Gears of War that looked really, really good, even though it was 720p at the time. I want to see someone like really use each pixel to its perfection.
Yeah, as people get to grips with asynchronous time warp and all this kind of stuff that they've got.
Where's Farlands? Are you seeing it inside of VR?
Yeah, when I put the headset on, I'm in like a little studio apartment place with like this nice glossy, watery floor around me and a UI that allows me to buy different games. So I picked Farlands, which is a free download. It's 7 gig total. I'm 88 meg done. I want to play Ethan Carter in it as well.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It
looks, that right there, that already, that's an ultra high detail, graphically beautiful game.
Yeah, you'd be able to test it hardcore. So Home is downloaded by the setup that you download from the site?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to download to see what's on the store and stuff. And
if you look at those pictures I sent you, on the inside of the lid it says "Go to setup," and it literally wants you to do that right away before you even take anything out of the box, and it guides you taking everything out of all the boxes, all the foam, setting up the controller, setting up the camera, setting everything up, setting up the little remote control for the headset alone. All that. It does all of that all at once.
Oh, is that the tutorial? The dream hack? What is it called again? The thing you used before to show me the dinosaur?
Yeah, that's after you do setup, it just says we're going to take you through a couple of experiences. I'm pretty impressed with the headphones as well. Only because I'm already detecting a lot of very cool binaural audio stuff. So like when I was in that forestscape, the first thing it did, I was like, oh, there's a cool deer, blah 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 blah, and then I heard like something splash in some water really clearly, directly behind me, slightly to the right, really clearly. And so what's your natural reaction? It's to turn, to face it. And I was really happy to see that I immediately turned. It all felt intuitive. I looked over at the water. I could see that there was a dolphin splashing around over there. I was like, oh, shit. It did the audio specifically to make me look there. And it all worked perfectly. It had the audio matching exactly where I thought it'd be in my environment, where I should look. Lo and behold, that's where I should look. And then later on, it did it again on some water near me. And then later on, it did it again with a bird chirping in a tree up above near me that I had no idea. And you look up and you can see there's a bird's nest there. So, like, immediately it just like slaps you in the face with, hey, look, we've got this audio on point as well. Like people are properly
using it,
looking into it, because they know that you've got this headset, they know you're using this. There's no chance that people are using the speakers or anything crappy that can't, you know, support this stereo sound. We have it in the bag, and it was really cool. And then that's when they cut to the alien, and I was like, oh, this is now getting too much. I'm gonna want to do this with
okay
Matt.
So the Vive comes with a lot of wires, but there's a headphone jack that you can plug in some little earbuds that come with the system. So that's what they do. But it's an extra cord as well. As of these, where you unscrew it, it's not even a cord there. There's no wires. It just clicks on using I forgot what it's called. It's like a little plug, which is actually amazing. I like how is it light?
Yeah, it's really well, okay. It is, in my opinion, a little bit heavier than the Dev Kit 1. I don't know that for a fact. But the way it straps to your head now...
Oh, yeah, the back of your skull?
It's really nice. Yeah, like it balances it out really well. And once you get it sorted out, like I tried to just wing it. I just tried to just wing it and be like, oh, I'll just put it on. I won't adjust it. I want to play. And I realized quite quickly the error of my ways after that. Launch Elite Dangerous in Steam VR mode. Is this what I want?
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we'll call this here. Tune in tomorrow for a play-by-play impressions of my first experience of Elite Dangerous, complete with live footage and so on and all that good stuff. And then we'll do a couple more games as well as we experienced throughout the site. It was absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you guys there.